almost broke my arm today. I don't think there's any more smoke coming out. Took some painkiller and hopefully that'll help. So it's 2 something now. But it's still pretty cool being here.
Let's go back to July 5th, where it all started.
I'm going to Alaska.
The doors are closing.
I connected through Anchorage, landed in King Salmon, took a taxi to the boatyard, and got to work. Esty, Captain Matt's daughter, taught me how to hang the nets, which I proceeded to do for 7 days straight.
Believe it or not, it is 8 something p.m. I'm living in that small boat right there. That's where we'll be living and working for the next 2 months.
I'm not planning to make a career of this, but I do have 3 goals for my time up here. 1, survive. This job can be dangerous, and I'd like to make it home in one piece. 2, earn. The last few years were record highs, so there's a good chance I walk away here with a big bag of money. Lastly, figure out what I'm doing with my life. Now that is a tall order, but I just left 6 years as a missionary in Mexico. Hopefully during my time here I can figure out what direction I want to take moving forward.
So the area inside this purple line is what's called the Naknek-Kwijak area.
Bristol Bay is the largest sustainable salmon fishery in the world, consisting of 5 fishing districts: Naknek-Kwijak, Egegik, Ugashik, Nushagak, and Togiak.
There a lot, but I make most of my money down here, which is Igigik. I don't have the boundaries in here, but it's roughly kind of comes out here, comes down here, and comes down there.
It was like a 6-hour ride from Naknek to Egegik, where we are now. All kinds of boats around. We're all just kind of posted up, waiting till it opens tomorrow.
Now it's time to figure out what it really takes to make it on this boat. I put on a brave face, but adjusting to living and working on a boat was really tough. I was only a little seasick for a few short days, but I definitely started to miss dry land very quickly. Fishing consists of the same dozen or so steps repeated for however many hours the biologist upstream will let us. Throw the ball, let out the reel, connect the net to the tow line, wait for the fish to collect on the net, reel in the net, pick the fish, lead the fish, throw them in the hole, wash down, repeat. It does vary, but that's the general idea.
There's a decent amount to it. SD she was telling me, you know, everything, what to do, when to do it. Some things are you gotta be pretty quick. Hey, we'll bring it in.
Now that we're catching fish, it's even more apparent how much better Esty is at all of this. She's been teaching me every step of the way, and seeing how quickly she picks compared to how much I struggle really highlights how much I have to learn. This could be embarrassing, but I know that learning something new is hard regardless. So I'm just glad to have someone nearby that knows what they're doing.
Feeling pretty good. My back hurts. My left knee started hurting weird last night. And it's not feeling better today, so I guess we'll just see how that goes. Took some painkiller and put on a knee sleeve, and hopefully that'll help. But at this point, there's not really anything I can do. But it's still pretty cool being here. One of the perks of fishing for salmon is, well, you get a lot of salmon.
Oh man, now this is a feast.
This salmon, we better heat it up. A lot of food. You gave me a lot of salmon.
All right, we've been on the water for 4 days.
days, and I'm just tied up to what's called a tender for some groceries, fill up on fuel and water, and a shower. Considering we're on a boat. It's quite big. Apparently we've got a timer on the hot water, so I can't just sit. It's been 4 days, so it's nice to have a shower at all. No fishing today. We spent a bit of the morning mending some nets that tore. So we're just hanging out today. We're tied up with another boat. We got another guy on the boat. His name's Bill. I think I'm enjoying myself more because I feel like I'm able to contribute, and then I don't know, I'm enjoying the peak season guy, Bill. He's good company. We've had some good convos. It just feels good to have someone to talk with.
Tow rope on the ball.
I feel like my brain is like tricking me into feeling better, or into maybe possibly enjoying this a little bit, because every single time, as soon as the period ends, sort of makes me just ignore all of the cold and all of the misery of the, in today's case, 5 hours before. The run has started to increase and we're catching more now, but we're still less than the last few years. Season's pretty slow so far. Numbers are not very high. It is a low forecast, so that's not like super surprising, but we're talking about maybe going to a different district because this Egegik has a smaller forecast than I think most of the other districts. And then this happened. We also decided that this was the time to transfer, since the fishing had slowed in Egegik and we had to leave to get the repair done anyways. Alright, I don't know if you can hear me. You might not be able to hear us, but this is Bill. He's a peak season guy, my best friend on this boat. We just transferred to Yugashik. Hopefully the fishing schedule is more regular, so you got like longer periods, but it's like once a day instead, so we should be able to, as Bill was saying, fish more, fish less, catch more, yeah, sleep more, yeah, so it should be a lot better. But also, it's unsteady right now, but look. Bristol Bay's main sustainability tool is timing when you can fish. They track how many fish are reaching the spawning grounds, and if they're getting a lot, we can fish a lot. If they're not, they might close the entire fishery. They also rotate the fishing periods around the clock. For example, if we fished 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. one day, the next day we'd fish 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. This pattern ensures that both daytime and nighttime runs can have a clear path to get upstream. For us fishermen, this means that every day is a different schedule, and at some point, you will be working nights. In one sense, night fishing is exactly the same. The only practical difference is the little jacklights we attach to mark the ends of the nets. But in other ways, night fishing is completely different. Doing daytime activities during the night always gives me that rush of excitement that you get whenever you're doing something you're not supposed to. When you look out over the water, seeing other boats as little spots of light with their fishermen is surreal. Since Bill and Esty are so much faster than me at picking, I spend a lot of my time operating the controls for the reel. In case you can hear me, it's 3 or 4 a.m. I just finished fishing, and we're going until 10:30 is the next one. We've got just a few hours. Last 2 days were pretty rough. The fish just weren't running into our nets, and we got less than 200 pounds from a couple hours. Bill went home when his time was up, and it's kind of lonely not having him on the boat anymore. The run died down before it got good, so we're just scratching out what we can over the rest of the season. So we've got the net tied up to the bow because fish just aren't coming through. We had sat on a net earlier. This is our second set of the day, and I mean, it was at least an hour that we were sitting there. Normally it's like 15 minutes and we get to fill up, but we were sitting for an hour like this, and we got 10 fish on the net. So we're doing that again here. There's the net tied to the bow, and we're just sitting. It goes all the way to, where'd the buoy go? Oh, it's way out there. Let's see if we can, way out there. For me, when I'm in a situation where it seems like we're not going to get what we came for, I'd rather move on and do something more productive. But in this case, I made a commitment to the captain, so I'm going to see it through. Hey, glad you're here. Every time I shoot, I do this. Just finished another day. 6 more days of fishing left. Didn't really catch much. Captain said this is sort of how the end season plays out, but typically you get more during the peak of the season. This was just a bad year. I said I had 3 goals at the beginning. I'm happy to announce that I made it through in one piece. But on the second goal, we fell short. The pay per fish was better on account of the low numbers, but even still, I didn't earn much. But as for where I'm going from here, I think I like this. Not fishing. But for now, I'm going to try different interesting jobs and make videos about them. We'll see where that goes. But anyways, that's it.